Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double arms, the apostles, and elders of the millstone taught us this truth. Rule well. All right. This word. Citations to Akhenaten pushing this word. You know, to say, see the whole full elect throughout the four corners of the world. All right. You know, the number we all strive to be a part of. And you know, y'all here another weekend to push this word. And without further ado.
Yeah, because I got gloves already, but I can't turn the page.
Yeah, I know.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is a high time to wake out of sleep.
Yeah, knowing the time, and now is a high time to wake out of sleep, man. All right? It's to know what time you're in, man. All right? Because you got people walking around, all right, mainly talking to Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right? Who are the true Israelites according to the Bible. All right? And you got simple-minded Israelites walking around not knowing what time they're in, man. All right? You got simple-minded Israelites investing time, energy, all right, into the future of America. Okay? Trying to build a home, a community, a family, all right? Trying to build a career. We not in those times, man. All right? America's outpost is out the window, man. This place is circling the drain. If you ain't noticed, the economy is crashing. All right? At least Esau, the so-called white man, he has enough sense to get out of Dodge. All right? Because this place is about to be out of here, man. Okay? All right?
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, our salvation is nearer than when we believe. All right? Because when you go into, you probably get that in Matthews, when the apostles, they ask you, Yahushua, when will these things be? Because they was ready to get up out of there then. All right? 2,000 years ago. But the Lord said, listen, these prophecies have to take place first before we can actually get up out of here. All right? But now we see these prophecies passing. Okay? Famines, wars and rumors of wars, pestilence, different diseases. All right? America was just on lockdown. All right? America, the whole world, matter of fact, was just on lockdown, man. You couldn't leave your house. You couldn't go to work. You couldn't go to the gym. All right? So these prophecies are coming to pass. You got that? Yeah.
Matthew 24, verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? What should be the sign of thy coming at the end of the world?
What should be the sign of thy coming at the end of the world? All right? Because it was understood Yahushua had to leave, but then he's going to come back. All right? On those chariots. At the sound of thy coming, he's right. The Lord's going to come at the end of this thing, man. All right? That's the one of the final prophecies is to be delivered. All right? So,
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Right.
For many shall come in my name, saying that I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many.
And that's happening, man. A lot of people coming and saying that they're anointed, they're what's that word, man? They're the comforter.
Yeah.
You know? Then you got people coming with that deceitful spirit. All right? This is the doctrine. The Lord is a so-called white man. This is the doctrine. Everybody could be saved.
Nah, tell Cabal we good.
So,
we'll need another brother.
So yeah, man, you are being deceived, man.
Yeah, we got another brother.
Right?
Read on. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
Right. You should hear wars, rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, man. All right? Because when war breaks out,
y'all would stop on the wife.
People,
you know,
usually
brother, but we good.
die, man. Become casualties. All right? Like, for example, you had World War II when they dropped that bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man, you had a lot of people that had nothing to do with that perished in the streets.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a fearful thing. Over in Russia, China, different places, they have drills. So when they have like a nuclear missile drill, things like that, you have people running under the desk to take shelter. All right, only right in America you don't see these things here. Because America is a proud place.
Right. Yeah, there was a time where America used to practice that because that was the climate of the planet Earth. War was on the planet Earth. Like, there could be any given moment a bomb could be dropped on your city.
Yep.
So they used to practice hiding under the desk, hiding in the bathtub, hiding in your closets. But now this place is completely docile. This place is delusional. And the people are asleep because of the breaded circuses. Got it out.
We know it says verse,
It's just like it says, see that you're not troubled, right?
see that ye be not troubled.
Yeah, and that's talking about the 12 at that time, okay? And that's also talking representing the men out there in the house and bowing, sighing and crying today, right? See that we not troubled. Why? Because we have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord's going to take us right up out of that, man. All right? Lord's going to protect us either by beaming us up by chariot, all right? Or whether it be protection from the angels, spiritual powers, all right, wherever that standing may be, the elect's going to be protected. Okay, so see they be not troubled. Now the 2/3 that don't want to get right with the Lord, y'all in the houses and byways, okay? All right, out here in the houses and byways, on the web, lift up our voices, the trumpet to warn the brothers. Now, if you don't want to get right, you're gonna be a casualty.
That's right.
War breaks out, famine breaks out. All right, the pestilence. Okay, you're gonna be taken away by false doctrine. Okay, so you're gonna be in trouble. You have a lot to worry about. Your family dying in front of you, can't do nothing about it. Okay, but now the elect is gonna be sheltered. All right, from who? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And it starts right here, right now, with this word.
See that ye be not troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right? So all these things have to happen, man. And it didn't happen back then, but it's happening now. All right? And now we see also that our fighting microchip is on the horizon. All right? And that's a beautiful thing because that means that this man's about to implement that chip. That man Esau is about to implement that chip and begins to build that new world order or complete that new world order. All right, because that new world order is always the main agenda.
Ecclesiasticus 5 verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything, in great matter or small.
Be not ignorant of anything, in great matter or small, man. So that's the order. All right, so be not ignorant. So you got to search things out. You got to search things out, man. You can't just be walking around with your head in your ass, man. All right, you got to understand what's going on with the stock market. All right, why is Jake getting into the stock market now? Why we couldn't get in back then? Not just we here now. Now we could do man. The reason you in the stock market. This is an example. For example, the reason you in the stock market. It's because the stock market is about to be out of here, man. The whole money, dollar bills, all right? That whole system is about to be done away with. Okay, that's why you in there now, man. If you don't know this, Jake always get the crumbs. You know? So be not ignorant, man. All right? Know the Lord's name. All right? Know the Bible is your book, man. So for you know, like you know, Dave Mercury, the Bible is for you. This is our history, all right? And this is also our future, man.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that he walked circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
See that he walked circumspectly, not as fools. All right. Now you got, like for example, you got people that just walk across the street without looking both ways. You know, walk circumspectly, meaning like in life, but also spiritually, man. All right, walk circumspectly. Okay, know what time you're in. Be aware of things. Like for example, these prophecies coming to pass. All right, North Korea built up their nuclear capability. All right, so now their missiles are advanced enough to reach the shores of America. Yeah, that's for no reason. That's going into the prophecies. Same thing with Russia, constantly building up the technology, building up their armory. Same thing with America. Okay, building up that nuclear defense system. All right, and these other countries, man, Iran. Okay, the turmoil that's going on in Iran. Okay, so you gotta walk circumspectly by watching the news and also watching the news and then adding up to the prophecies coming to pass. Okay, now they're saying that COVID-19 thing, there might be no cure for that. It might be just something you gotta live with. All right. So yeah, man, if you added things up right, you would see that we in the last days. You know, if you're really still thinking you could build a future in this place, then you walking around as a fool. All right, you're not walking around circumspectly.
What does circumspect mean?
Circumspect, circle meaning circle, and expect is to watch. So you watch it in a sense of watching 360. To be wise as a serpent, you gotta have a keen mind, just like the Apostle Paul said. Keen meaning sharp. These scriptures sharpen us up because what? We follow the law, statutes, commandments to our best ability, rehearsing the righteous act, and what? Yahushua sups with us. He upgrades us with information from the heavens. This information that we're reading came from who? Yahweh. Through Yahushua, which is the word.
I also add too, part of being not ignorant of any small matter or circumspect is to know the fact that America is just like Rome. Now you got Joe Biden that wants to mass print all this money, trillions of more dollars, which in turn devaluates the U.S. currency.
Yeah.
Now, what was that compared to? Back in Rome, where they did the same thing to the
Tungsten,
Nari?
Money. Was it the
I think
Nari, right?
I think it was the something like that. It was the Romans coin that was diluted through the mixing of metals. You know, they start mixing metals, which devalue the Roman money, which is the same thing Americans do. You're looking at Joe Biden like he's the superhero because he wants to give single mothers, which we all know why you're single mothers, because you choose the wrong men and you're always leaving a man because you're so damn hard-headed. But he wants to give single mothers $3,000 checks for each child. What do you think that does to the economy, stupid? That's why Brother mentioned the stock market. You have Bitcoin, on the rise. And why is that? Because Bitcoin, if people are skeptical of the value of the dollar. So instead of holding cash or saving money, they're putting it in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Because that's a hedge against an economic collapse.
Yeah.
But yeah, you stupid people are out here about to celebrate Valentine's Day off of Thanksgiving and Christmas, where most of y'all motherfuckers bought Christmas gifts on credit cards. I mean, just living stupid, man. That's why I gotta say be circumspect, because majority of Americans are in darkness.
Verse 16, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
right? And how do you redeem the time, man? By taking full advantage of it. Okay? Now you could be out there walking around, like brother said, buying Christmas gifts, getting up with your family in pajamas and taking pictures with the hot cocoa, all right? Or you could be out here in the highways and byways on the battlefield, man, fighting for your kingdom, fighting for your king, fighting for your dome, all right? On the highways and byways, man, all right? That's where the real future is at, all right? Like the brother just came out and said it. These FRN notes ain't gonna deliver you, all right?
And we also know that that job is only for a selected few, right?
Yep.
We know that majority of Israel. We already know that 2/3 of Israel are going to be the niggas that's posting selfies on Instagram with hot cocoa. We already know that, man. That's 2/3. That's why, because that's 2/3 of Israel's lot. But we know 144,000 men. We know that for a fact, according to prophecy, are going to be on the highways and byways. We're
Right.
going to be professing the Lord's return. We're going to be circumspect in the last days and measure the time diligently and look for prophecy. Why? Because we are looking for the Lord's return. Man. You know, you got a precept before we go back.
Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Isaiah 60 verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
Who's the light first of all? That's Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
All right, and how is the light come? Who's rising and shining? The light came to the nation of Israel, but the elect. All right, the brothers out there in the houses and byways, starting our apostles and our elders, and we have the light through these scriptures, man. Right?
And light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Lord risen upon you, right?
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
And that's that darkness, man.
Yeah.
That brother went into it earlier. People walking around blinded, man. Virtually blinded. Okay? They don't know the nationality. All right? They don't know the name of the Lord. All right? Here it is, they want to be saved, but they don't have the tools to be saved by. All right? But they want to believe in Esau, the so-called white man, and his doctrine, pagan holidays, all right, which goes back to witchcraft and all types of abomination, man. All right. Now, for example, homosexuals
I'll get you
is
a pair.
written very clearly in the Bible. All right, homosexuals be put to death.
Right.
All right, but you have homosexuals put on a pedestal. All right, you take it a step further. You have something called sex change. In this wicked kingdom, a man could chop off his rod and get a surgery done where he could put a vagina on and call himself a woman, and it's accepted.
They can even change it on their birth certificate.
Yep.
They can change it on their birth certificate. They can have another surgery where they can file down the Adam's apple. I mean, this is why the scriptures say the times that we're in now are the worst times ever, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
And bring it home, man. The average Joe walk around and sees that, shrugs it off.
Shrugs it off.
More power to you. See, that's that gross darkness, man.
Yeah.
The lack of understanding, man. All right, and that's why 2/3, all right, is going to be destroyed. Those thermonuclear missiles, along with this wicked kingdom and these heathen nations, man.
Brother, it's even taboo. It's taboo. If a bitch sleep with multiple niggas and you call her a hoe, how dare you? It's her body, her rights. If a man chops off his dick, he wouldn't be called crazy. He'll be called crazy, but if he gets a sex change, more power to him. It's taboo to even speak about homosexualities or lesbians or wickedness.
It's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime. And if you talk to it with Jake, like, it's their choice, it's their life. It ain't got nothing to do with me. They even scared to speak up or speak out about it. That's gross darkness, man. You supposed to call a spade a spade. A slut is a slut. A faggot is an abomination. All right? And they shall surely be put to death. Yeah, bro.
And a mental patient is a mental patient, man.
Yeah.
A head case is a head case, because for you to want to remove a
Body part.
working body part, right? You're mentally, gone, man. Something's wrong with you. It's a term for that. I can't remember the medical term for that.
Being a homosexual up until like the 1950s,
Oh,
it was deemed to have a mental illness.
right.
Mental retardation.
And the faggots, they're the ones that came together by like a George Soros type figure to fund that whole LGBTQ bullshit.
Also, it's a medical term, because you got people that want to be paralyzed, so they purposely injure their spinal cord just to be in a wheelchair. They purposely they fuck up their eyes. They might stab their eye or remove their eye medically. They remove their eye just so they can be blind. Right?
That's sick.
It's a medical term for that. But what these freaks are doing, these trannies are doing the same thing. But we help them. We help them in their transition. But if somebody else wants to remove a leg just to be in a wheelchair, we call them we call them disabled, but we deem them, okay, this guy needs help. He has a medical condition.
Yeah.
But for training, no, we promote that.
Right.
Hell, we'll even give you grants so you ain't got to pay for it.
They'll fund
you
it.
know? Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll fund your transition.
Taxpayers dollars.
And then 10 years later, when the kid is like 20, 22, he's like, oh, this is the worst mistake I ever made. I want to be a boy again. I want to be a girl again, whatever.
What's that documentary? I ain't get to watch it because
Right.
I probably don't even need to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's called I Want My Sex Back.
right.
Look it up. And it's a whole bunch of transgenders. Years later, disappointed, mad that they even did it. They want to commit suicide.
There's one dude in the UK, I don't know what it is, what it was before, but she's suing his doctors because it was considered child abuse that they allowed him to have that sex change.
Right. I heard of that. Yeah. Go ahead, Ari Baba. Back to the scriptures.
Yeah.
Right?
We had Ephesians, right? Done?
But I was there.
Right.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
There you go. Be not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. All right, because scriptures say what above all, the heart is deceitful above all things. Which when you go into the word heart, the Hebrew word there is lab. All right, it's talking about your mind. So your mind is deceitful above all things. You might find something, you might have sympathy on something or somebody. All right, but according to the will of the Lord, if the judgment is death, then that's what you got to go by. All right, or if the judgment is wicked, then that's what you got to go by. So what's up with you?
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Right, understand the wisdom, and understanding the Bible. All right, go into the laws. All right, the judgments. Okay, that's what they're there for, man. That's why they're there, to follow. That's the wise thing to do. Why? Because in the long run, that's what's going to really save you. All right, from being destroyed forced by nuclear missiles.
No, I got something. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 4. It reads, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief.
Right, we're not in darkness, man. All right, because we have the light. I am the light and the way. All right, so we're not in darkness, man. Low will be those men. All right, that's what we want to, we always trying to be a part of. The 144,000. All right, the 1/3. Okay, low will be those men. The Lord said, listen, we not in darkness. All right, that's like it.
But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day shall overtake you as a thief.
Yeah, what day, man? The day of judgment. Judgment day. When the Lord returns. Okay, but even before that, those those different plagues coming upon this place, diseases, the famine, the chip. You got martial law, the government coming down, showing his horns. All right. So we're not in darkness because really we're preparing for those days right now, man. All right. We're putting our chips in right now. Okay, because you could be in darkness like we went earlier, dealing with money and finances and living conditions, dealing with Esau and his beliefs. That's not going to save you.
Right.
All right. What's going to save you is this word. So we're not in darkness. We know what's going on. We know what time we're in. We know who we are. The spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Right.
Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day.
Right.
We-
We're talking about the Israelites. All right. Not you different heathen nations, man. Those only dealing with Israel and the elect of Israel. Because even 2/3 of Israel have to be put to death.
Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness.
And that darkness that's also going into wickedness, man. All right? We ain't dealing with the wickedness. We're the children of the day, the children of the righteous. All right? You want to say something now?
Yeah. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others,
Right.
but let us watch and be sober.
So let us not sleep as do others, man. You might have a brother in the world. You might have family in the world, cousins, uncles, your father. You know? They're asleep, man. If you're in the world, you're asleep. Basically, man. All right? And if you're not doing this word, if you're not in this word to the best of your ability, but you're in the world, then you're asleep, man. Spiritually. All right? Like the Matrix. Okay? You're asleep, man. And when you come into this truth, that's when you wake up. All right? You start seeing Esau for who he really is. Okay? The devil, the wicked. All right? These heathen nations. The devil, the wicked. All right? Mainly Esau is the wicked, the devil, but these heathen nations too, man. Because they follow Esau and they put hell in us too. Okay? Even our own people, 2/3 of our people, murderers, drug dealers. All right? Witches, adulterers, scheming on your woman. All right? They're the wicked too. You know? Well, the brotherhood waking up out of this world, that's when you shed that old man and you become, you strive to be righteous. Like we're preaching. Wow.
Yeah, the scriptures say, I'm going to read that again. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And how do you be sober? Not being drunk off the philosophies of this world. You're not caught up into all the festivities. Now, brothers got their hobbies. Brothers got things that they like, entertainment, sports, and things of that nature, movies. But we know none of that shit is relevant compared to the day of the Lord, the Lord's return. None of that shit has no value in our life versus seeking after the Lord. And it says watch. How do you watch? You watching the current events. You reading the newspapers. You staying up to date on what's going on the planet Earth. Not just your nigga news, with the gorilla hair glue girl. But what the hell is going on in Israel? How they out there protesting for, lockdown over the COVID-19. How there's other countries in Europe that's out there rioting and protesting because they're not agreeing with the lockdowns and the curfews. All right? You got even places here in America that ain't trying to wear no mask there's a division because you have a group of people that don't want to wear a mask and they want to keep their businesses open, and then you got the other side, they just want to agree with the system and lock everything down. And these are all a part of the signs of the times. That's how you watch it. Be sober. It says, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. And they that sleep, they sleep in the night. All right? And this is not talking about physical sleep. This is talking about spiritual sleep. Figuratively, metaphorically. You are not aware of what's going on the planet Earth. Which is the majority of our people, man. I even had this discussion with a Jake in the world. He was like, I like to live in my bubble. I don't like reading the news. It's all depressing. You always hear people dying. You know, this person got raped. This person that. But you watch Law and Order. You don't like watching the news, but you're going to watch Law and Order marathon.
That's based off reality.
Yeah,
Thank you. The
they actually get news and just change the names or whatever. But they fix it up.
This is the stupidity of our people, man.
Art imitates life.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't like watching the news. It's depressing. You know, that shit brings me down. But he could tell you.
Did you see the last SVU?
He could tell you about SVU and fucking LA Times and Law and Order. Get out.
It's a
Fucking
Revelation.
niggas, man. Niggaology. That's what I call it.
Revelations 11 and 8.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, they're dead bodies. The scriptures say, the man that wandereth from the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. What's the understanding? The scriptures, the Bible, the Torah, the Tanakh, the Gospels, the Epistles, and Armageddon, which is Revelations, and the Apocrypha. The man that wanders away from the words of life, the book of life, shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So it says the dead bodies shall lie in their street. The dead bodies represent you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because once again, you are dead to the Most High. You're disconnected from who you are. You're disconnected to who your power is. You're disconnected to who your enemy is. Even though he's staring you in the face, beating you over the head with a billy club, putting his knee in your neck, you still don't know who your enemy is. All right? And the scripture says spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Brothers just going all into the LGBT thing, the transgender thing, and spiritual Egypt, because what was Egypt known for? Being a house of bondage. It's witchcraft and sorcery. And bondage to who? You so-called, you Israelites. Which the Israelites today, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right?
Right? He says, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
And when you look up that word crucified, it means crossed out. All right? And how was the Lord crossed out? You crossed out his true image. You crossed out what God really says in the Bible. All right? You changed the translations. You took scriptures out, added scriptures in, commas and colons and all that other shit.
The woman's Bible.
The woman's Bible, the American Bible, the gay Bible. And the list goes on, man. That's how the Lord was crossed out. Nobody knows. If you ask them what color was Jesus Christ, you'll get 1,001 answers. And there's only one answer. He's a so-called black man. A Negro man. A Negroid man. All right? I ain't going to use that word melanated because y'all niggas worship that shit. That was it. Back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 7. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. all this hell is going on, right? And you got niggas still making rap videos, right? There was riots going on, right? In the middle of the riots, niggas was shooting rap videos. Bitches was twerking in front of the fucking the militant police that was all lined up. Nigga made a coronavirus rap. Niggas rap and dance about anything. But they are drunken in the night. And like Jake said, he lives in this bubble. I don't, I know there's a lot of shit going on, but, I mean, I'm just worried about me, If it ain't affecting me and mine, I ain't really concerned about it. And that's why y'all niggas gonna die, all right? Because you ain't loving your neighbor as yourself. You're supposed to care for your fellow brother and your fellow sister. Your Israelite fellow brother, Israelite sister. And that's why we out here. Not to get these people blood off our hands so we can save our asses. Verse 8. But let us who are of the day be sober. Q, you got this. But let us who are of the day be sober.
Yeah, be sober. All right? Be like your brother came out and said it. Being involved in these other doctrines, other beliefs. Sober because the only doctrine really that there is according to the Lord's commandments of the Bible and the correct teachings, man, which the Lord has put the Spirit on you to receive it. All right, if you have ears to hear, all right, or to spiritual ears, right?
But let us who are of the day be sober.
And also seeing the prophecies come to pass, all right? Because the scriptures simply say, what? Shall be earthquakes in diverse places, all right? Upwards of the people. Now, all these things are happening, chaos is breaking out left and right. People just go about their business.
Yeah.
No one's gonna stop and say, hold up. That's prophetic. All right, because what's going on today is prophetic, man. All right, well that's part of being sober. To realize what's going on. When you drunk, you don't know what's going on, man. You need help to get home. All right, you could die, get thrown into the streets by a car. All right, but to understand what's going on, that's to be sober.
It says, putting on a breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet of hope of salvation.
Right, that's the armor. Right, that's the spiritual armor. Why? Because we at war. All right, we're fighting to make it onto those ships. We're fighting to make a living. Okay, and you get that we're gonna say books about right? Oh, that's
Spirit. I'm done.
First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about.
slack.
First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant.
Be sober, be vigilant. All right. Now, if you on your watch, like we are in the spirit, you on your watch. Okay, the Lord said, "I sent your watchmen shall stand upon their watch." Now, if you on your watch, you can't be out here drunk, man. You gotta see the enemy coming miles away. All right, blow the horn, warn the people. All right, so be sober, be vigilant, watch it out, man, because we understand that the devil is spiritual Satan is out here also, man. Okay, attacking us. All right, and we gotta understand that physical counterpart also. Esau, the devil, is gonna attack us too. And sometimes they do a combination of both, man. All right, that's why a lot of jakes be getting gunned down in the streets, man, because they don't understand that the spiritual devil Satan is lurking. Okay, and sometimes you fall right into this trap. Say the wrong word. All right, do the wrong thing. All right. Now, for example, the police roll on you. Okay, and they tell you, do some, you know, have you been drinking? Nah, F you, officer. If you're losing your cool, guess what, man? You're trying to get locked up.
Yeah.
Or shot. All right. So you gotta get.
First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Right, you're gonna be a casualty. All right, now that's one aspect, but like it walks about as a roaring lion. All right, see who he may devour. That's one scenario. It could be a scenario of just, you know, you walk past an Israelite camp, and they've been talking about the so-called white man could be saved, and everybody could be saved. All right, listen, man. The devil is coming at you at different angles.
Yeah.
All right, to devour you, man. You don't have to be dead. You can be spiritually dead too. So it says be sober, be vigilant. So these are things you have to watch out for. In other words, temptations. You know, temptations, man. Adultery. All right, you low on rent. You know, instead of coming to the brotherhood, you want to do something wicked like sell drugs.
Scheme.
You scheming on, trying to run down on niggas, as they say today. You know, and that's what niggas do.
Yeah.
Murderers, you know, thieves. All right, I seen a pack of jakes run down on an old man and beat his ass, man. Put him in the ambulance. I was looking
It's
like,
fucked up.
you know, our people are wicked.
Yeah.
But that's you know, the devil working with them, man. Those demons have demons on them.
Yeah.
Something that the elder brought up is that about using wisdom with the police. This is something that Jake doesn't understand because it's not in the scriptures. Is that Romans chapter 13 verse 1? Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh Shah. Yeah, the powers that be are ordained of Yahweh Shah. So the Lord Yahweh set up Esau to be the whipping stick for Israel because we're in captivity. We're in our prison sentence as we speak. We're waiting to get beamed up out of here, and basically our kingdom will be established. It's going to be built up by you heathen. But when you get pulled over by the police, shut the hell up and use wisdom, and basically the scriptures say a soft answer turns into a wrath. So he can be in just a fucked up mood just to mess with a Jake for tonight. But if you being so-called respectful to him, that's gonna dilute his that's gonna dilute his anger, his agenda to get you riled up, to get you locked up on trucked up charges.
Yeah.
So
And-
yeah,
And the scriptures say, he that pleases the Lord, and his enemies will be at peace.
And the scriptures say, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Agree with your adversary quickly.
Either way, right? All right, so that's it. And we can go on preaching to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
America.
Death to America.